Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Ideas. This time we're doing another zero waste idea. So this time out of some old towels. It's going to be really useful. It's really easy to do as well. So we are doing today pads for removing makeup. So these are of course an alternative cotton pads for removing makeup. So you can easily do this out of leftovers and an old towel. And if you don't like having a lot of trash after you take your makeup off, this is the perfect option for you. So stay tuned. So you'll need just a couple of things: pins, including a sewing needle, fabric scissors, a safety pin, and then some leftover pieces of fabric. So I'm doing cotton and I cut out little circles, so that's the shape that I want to do. And I can do towel fabric, or you can buy terry cotton, that also works great. So this is also a great upcycling project in case you want to reuse some old towels. The prep is also very simple today, so as I already mentioned, I cut out little circles. The size is of course completely up to you, so is the shape. I do them a bit bigger than the cotton ones because then we can do the stitches easily and turn them inside out. And yeah, it's easiest if you have that at home already, one of those cotton wool pieces. Just measure the size and then make it a bit bigger than that, so 2 inches or up to 5 centimeters on each side. You can of course do it a lot bigger, that way you can even have a little face towel or pretty much for whatever you want it to be. So either way, you need one circle out of the towel or terry cotton and one out of the regular cotton. So that's one pad, and if you want, you can make a little handle for your backside. So it should be as wide or actually as long as the circle itself, and the height you should double. So double the size that you want to get in the end. So you see mine here, but you can definitely make this wider if you want. So I measured this and it's a bit under 2 inches, or I think about 4 centimeters in width, in case you want to copy this exact size. The width of the circle is the length of my handle, and then here I did double the size I wanted and I folded it in half, and then I'll just stitch this up. So that's our first step already, a simple stitch along the longer open side here. There we go. Let's take our safety pin and go through one side of the fabric, and then we will just push it inside to the other side to turn it. So now you can align the stitch along the middle. That's going to be on the back so it's not visible later. So take your other 2 pieces, the circles, put the handle onto the one piece, then stitch it in the middle, and then take the other one and put over it. That way we can later hide the stitch behind so that it looks nice. Okay, so now we can get the stitching, or we can pin first to keep it all in place. And so when you pin, then you can of course get to stitching this up along the whole thing. Again, leave a little opening on top so that you can turn it inside out. You can do it on the bottom too, but not on the side, because we do want these stitches tightly stitched. Now you can turn this inside out. Make sure you don't rip any stitches. So here is the little handle and the stitch is hidden. So now we just need to fix the open section. So push it to the inside, the bits that are sticking out, and then you can stitch that section up. So what you can do is just go pretty much all around with your sewing machine so that you flatten the whole thing a bit, so that would be an extra stitch all around, or you can just take a regular sewing needle and close this up by hand. So I'll show you both versions. So here you see the stitch that I did over the whole edge to flatten it a bit, so you see how that looks. And the other one, of course, that one I did by hand, and then you can see that it's a bit puffier. So just choose whichever style you like better. Apart from these two, I did two more with the little handles, so these are not all the same size, which really doesn't matter now. So this is meant for upcycling, so reusing already used stuff, so it's not a big deal if the size doesn't match perfectly and if they're not all completely symmetrical. And of course you can do these without the handle, but I just find it really useful to have these. Then I can wash them very easily and I don't get my fingers dirty from the makeup when I use it, so the handle is definitely really useful for keeping your fingers clean. So I did two versions without the handles, so you see that I have just one circle of the towel and one of the cotton. Then you align both pieces and then you stitch all around with the opening, then close it in the end and you're already done. So this was it. So you can make these with or without the handles. That's completely up to you and your choosing. So either way, I think they're really super easy to make. The cool thing is that you don't have to be extremely precise because their purpose is much more important than the looks. But I think that these still look amazing. So this way you can wash this in the washing machine and you never have to buy cotton wool pads again. So if you're looking for a really cool upcycling project that's also gonna lessen the footprint, then this is the project for you. It's also great for beginners and for people who would like to practice their stitching a little bit. So it's nothing too complicated, but you can still get some practice there. So you can of course use some product on this or just have some water on here and take your makeup off that way. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to shoot us a thumbs up to let us know you did. And if you'd like to see more, you can always subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button. So that way you gain access to all of our videos for free and you'll also get notified every time we post something new. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!